Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the book 1984. 1984 is a dystopian novel written by George Orwell and published in 1949. The book is set in a totalitarian society where the government, led by figure known as Big Brother, experience absolute control over every aspect of people's lives. The story follows the protagonist, Winston Smith, who wrote the who works for the party and begins to rebel against the oppressive regime. I'm talking about the book because the book overall is very interesting. I find it very interesting piece of literature to read, but I guess it's down to anyone's perhaps understanding and where they currently are. Overall, key themes explored in 1984 includes totalitarianism, surveillance, propaganda, and manipulation of language. In the book, they use newspeak as a way of using language and the message that people are trying to convey with the newspeak, and the suppression of individuality and independent thought. The novel is worrying about the dangers of authoritarianism and the erosion of personal freedoms. Overall, book has a significant influence on literature and popular culture, and its concepts and terminology such as Big Brother and true crime has become part of the broader lexicon where discussions of government surveillance and authoritarianism. The book remains relevant for its exposition of the potential consequences of unchecked government powers and the dangers of the society where truth and reality are manipulated for political ends. Overall, some of the concepts mentioned in the book, that would be the party. The ruling government in the novel is simply referred to as the party. It's a totalitarian regime led by a figurehead known as Big Brother. The party exercises total control over aspects of life, including politics, economics, and culture. Big Brother is a symbol of the party's authority and omnipresent surveillance. Although it's unclear where the Big Brother is a real person or fabricated person. He is portrayed as a all-seeing, all-knowing leader who watches over its citizens. True crime. The party's control extends to the true thoughts of its citizens. Thought crime is the act of thinking rebellious or unorthodox thoughts against the party's ideology. It's considered a severe offense and it's punishable by death of re-education. There are certain structures of people. Some of those structures would be inner party, outer party, and proles that were mentioned in the book. The society is divided into three social classes. The inner party is a ruling elite. The outer party is considered to consist of the party members who are not part of the inner cycle but still have privileges, and the proles, short for proletarians, make up the working class and are largely ignored and left for their own devices. Doublethink. Doublethink is the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs at the same time and aspects of both of them. The party encourages doublethink to maintain control over the minds of its citizens. Memory hole. The government uses a memory hole to destroy all alter historical records and documents to fit the party's changing narrative. This allows the party to control and manipulate the past, present, and the future. Touch screens. These ubiquitous devices are installed in every home and public spaces and serve both as means to for surveillance and propaganda. Citizens are constantly monitored and are subject to parties' broadcasts. One of the most interesting facts, or perhaps pieces that was written within the book, was Ministry of Truth, which was full of lies, Ministry of Love, which was full of hate, and Ministry of Peace, which was actually Ministry of War, Ministry of Plenty, which was considered to be rationing the food. These ministries are ironically named and serve as manipulated information, enforce loyalty, maintain social order, and control resources, and respectively. The Ministry of Truth, for example, is responsible for altering historical records and disseminating propaganda, distributing propaganda. Thought police. The thought police are a cover branch of the government tasked with identifying and arresting those who engage in thought crime. They operate in a secret and instill fear in the population. These elements of the government structure and terminology illustrate the extent of which the party controls the lives and thoughts of its citizens in the dystopian world of 1984. The novel served as cautionary tale about the dangers of totalitarianism and the erosion of individual freedoms. Myself, I just finished this particular book. I think this book is very interesting. If I want to read, I can, especially in today's society, I think that perhaps overall history is constantly repeating itself, especially for those who don't understand the history. For those who haven't learned from history, most likely a lot of people would repeat history, especially where people are trying to control one group of people trying to control other groups of people, and what extremes those people can take other people to, of how they can talk, how they can think, how they can write, and some of those freedoms. And everyone's looking at the big brother, especially in this book, and who is overseeing everything, who knows everything, and perhaps in what kind of society you're finding yourself at right now yourself, I guess, how it was back then, and some of the comparisons from the back then. You might be interested in taking an example of where you are right now and some of the surveillance and all those aspects of perhaps your personal freedoms as a person. Everyone should understand this kind of things. To what extremes people can take one another, I guess. Well, overall, interesting book. I would kind of recommend more. I would highly recommend for everyone to read it. I myself, I have a published journal. In a book, in this particular journal, I'm sharing a lot of information for everyone who is interested of how to structure your day and making most of your time overall of your day and 24 hours that you have in a day, how to make most of those hours. I have broken down the day into 2 pages, highlighting some of those areas within those pages and some of the areas that everyone should focus on, highlighting that would be personal development, professional development, of your physical as well as mental well-being, hydration, overall tasks that you should be completing every single day. Some of those areas would be finance. I would definitely recommend for everyone to perhaps, at the very least, understand a little bit better. Overall, if you would go below after this, you finish watching this video, there's a link. You can go to my company's website. You can purchase this journal, as well as top retailers has this journal as well. Thanks everyone for watching this video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.